Hello, online crew. Well, it's here. It's official. Whether you like it or not, we are all being pushed to the new look of Facebook as of September. Now, there might be quite a few of you that got pushed to the new version like myself just yesterday, and I quickly turned it back to the original version because I didn't have time to play with it. I had too much going on yesterday. I had so much training to deliver yesterday. I just didn't have time to deal with it. But if you keep switching back to the original version, you're just delaying the inevitable, because they're telling us that the classic version of Facebook will no longer be as of September. There won't be an option to switch it back. So it is going to be something that you have to get used to if you're not used to it yet. So what I want to do in this live video is share my screen with you. I will flip from, I'll show you the classic version, which you might be used to. I will change that to the new version. I will change it back. So those of you that have got the new version that want to change back, you don't know how, you can, but you're really just delaying the inevitable. I just want to show you a few basics, some things to watch out for from profile, page, and group. Okay, the biggest changes seems to be with groups and how they're laid out and where to find things and things like that, but there are little differences with personal profile and pages that I want to make you aware of in this video. So those of you that have been playing around with it for a while and you've just accepted it, well done, because you're going to be ahead of the rest of us that have been avoiding it for the last few months. But if you don't know what I'm talking about, you will in this video, because I'll show you the classic, I'll show you the new, I'll show you how to flip back. But if you're one of those people like me that switched back yesterday, there will become a point in time where you can't switch back, and that will be September. So you can't bury your head in the sand. There are a lot of people that just don't like the new version. I've seen comments in groups and, in other places where people have said, I'm just not going to use Facebook anymore because I hate it so much. It's just change. You know what it's like when you're really used to something and there's change? We just don't like it sometimes. So it's just a matter of playing around with it and getting used to where things are, because it's quite a different look. You can go into dark mode and change all your screen black if you want to. But I am intrigued, guys. What do you think of the new version for those of you that are aware of it? Do you like it? Are you happy to embrace it? Do you hate it? Let me know what your thoughts are, but I will give you some basics in this video just to help you out with just some basics, as I said, personal profile, groups, and a business page, wherever you're hanging out. I just want to make you aware of a few things, okay? So welcome to my live today. If we've not met before, my name's Helen Martin. I'm your online crew captain. This is just all a bit of fun with our community here, but we really do have the most amazing online crew community here of entrepreneurs, home-based business owners, people that are building a business from home. You're relying on getting your own customers and people to join you in your business, and you want to do it online. So what we do here is talk about modern social media strategies. It doesn't matter where you're building, personal profile, business page, or group. I talk about all of the above. I talk about organic, and I also talk about paid. So whatever you're doing, wherever you are, we've got something for everyone. Just a couple of little things. Thank you to the guys in my 17th round of my branding course. We finished our last live call yesterday. You guys were awesome. It was an absolute pleasure to work with you guys for the last few weeks on developing your brand. So thank you to Group 17. You were awesome to work with. Those of you in my free 21-day online crew video challenge at the moment, yesterday I put a video, it's video 6 in the group. I've given you content for days 6 to 11 of the 21 days. So if you haven't caught up with that yet, you haven't seen that, video 6 is what you're looking for in unit 3 in the video challenge group. Okay, go and check that out. So you've got the content right up until days 11 so far. Any of you that are up late enough, or you're catching the replay that were on the training with me in my nighttime last night, I did a special training for a group in the UK, different network marketing business to my own, but I did an hour-and-a-half training for them all on groups. So thank you for having me, guys. It was a pleasure to be on live with you and give you some training regarding groups. So if any of you guys are watching, thank you for having me, and I hope you learned a lot in that training. Okay, so let's get into it. Well, let's just say quick hellos just mindful of time. I've got to be on a Zoom call with my network marketing team in 25 minutes. Oh, heads up, guys. Who uses Zoom? Who here uses Zoom? Listen up for a second. The security settings on Zoom, you're going to be forced into a change by September as well, I believe. This happened to me yesterday, and this is going to happen to everybody that uses Zoom. So they're really tightening up their security. So if you run a Zoom, you host a Zoom, you are going to have to do one of two things moving forward. So if you're not seeing it yet, you will. So I'm just giving you a heads up that Zoom security is changing. So you either need to give, if you host anything on Zoom, you have to give people a password. If you don't give people a password to your Zoom, they are going to sit in the background until you approve them into the Zoom. So it sort of caught me off guard yesterday, and I didn't have a password, which I don't normally for my branding course because we do it on Zoom. And I got this message saying such and such is waiting, such and such is waiting. And I had to let them all in one by one to approve them into my Zoom. So this is a good thing security-wise because it means people can't accidentally pop onto your Zoom that shouldn't be there. Actually, we had a Zoom with my network marketing team. I think it was about a month or so ago. And it sounded like somebody farted. I'm not kidding you. It was just like, what was that and who was that? Like it cracked us all up, but somebody was there that shouldn't have been there. So this is going to stop that. So if you have large Zooms within your network marketing teams, direct sales teams, whatever you call them, groups of people, any kind of groups of people, don't do that because you'll be there all the time going, oh, I've got to approve them, prove them. Give them the password to the Zoom and so everybody can get in. Okay, so that was just a little side note. Okay, so Gloria, hello Gloria. I converted mine over today. It's coming, so I figured I better get to like it. Yet we can't ignore this anymore. It's here to stay. So as I said, I'll just share my screen and give you a couple of little pointers today. Hello Christine, good to see you on. Awesome to work with you in the branding course for the last few weeks as well. Hello Crystal, great to see you. We've got Susan, we've got Beth, we've got Laurie. Laurie's freaking out, yikes. Yeah, it is cold in our part of the world this morning, Patricia. I'm not at my son's football today because they've traveled quite a bit, but it's been raining and all the rest of it. So yeah, unfortunately I'm missing Ollie's football this morning, but hopefully they got through without too much wet and rain. Hello, Maddie Miller. How are you today? Christine and crew, I switched over trying to learn it. Okay, so I'll give you little pointers today. Hi, Sandy. Hope you're having a wonderful day. Thank you. Hello, Jennifer. Great to see you here. Hello, Lani. Good morning. I gave into it last night and started playing with a new version. I love it. Really warming up to it. And that's all it is, guys. Like, don't freak out. Don't be one of these negative people that's going, I hate it. I'm going to get off Facebook and just move to Instagram. It's just a matter of getting used to. It looks completely different. So people are just freaking out a little bit. But I'm sure they wouldn't push us to a new version unless it was going to be better off for us. Facebook is not out to make us all unhappy. They're out to improve things all the time. So there would be a reason for all these changes. No, don't accept it. Don't like change. Thank goodness we have you, Helen, to help. No worries. And those of you in my coaching community, as we get closer to the time, if you're freaking out, we'll go into more depth about it over there, okay? Sandy, I tried the new, but when I found out I could go back to the classic, I did and have forgotten all about it. Perhaps I will take a head out of the sand now. We have to. So most people have done what you've done. I've done the same. Hello, Olive. Hi, Beth. Still old. Me too. Hi, Ford. The only thing that never changes is that change happens. Exactly, Ford. I'm grateful. I adapt to change quite well. Awesome, Crystal. I'm using the light color version. I'm not into the dark side. That's quite a drastic change. We'll look at that on screen. Hi, Fabian. How are you? Good to see you on. I like the new look, but some things were not available, so I kept going back to the old, mostly with groups. That's quite true, Olive. And when you go back, I'll show you on screen, when you have the new version and you choose to go back to the old version while we still can, Facebook asks you, what's the reason that you're switching back? Is it because there's a glitch or there's an error or something like that? And then you have the opportunity to tell Facebook what's still wrong. Groups was terrible. And so I agree with Olive. Olive helps me out in my groups, and we were having all sorts of glitches. We couldn't do certain things, so we kept switching back because there were so many glitches. So they're trying to get on top of all the glitches. I don't think it'll be perfect. You know, I think there'll be lots of problems still for a while, but they'll sort them out. Okay. I'm from the UK. Awesome. You must be up late, Fabian. Okay. I miss you all so much. Been on the business trainings the last few days. No worries. I'm not looking forward to the new look Facebook. Oh, I just lost. I want to get that back because I need to see comments. Yeah, sorry, I've got my iPad on the side monitoring when I flip my screen. Hey, Sean, how are you? So awesome to see you on the video challenge, Sean. I just love seeing your face going live. Hi, Tammy, how are you? Mike, a part of my live muted automatically because of the background music from yesterday. Yeah, so it depends what the music is. Facebook's really funny about music, but what's really weird with music, with filters, is that Facebook gives you the music for the filters and then they ban their own videos for saying we're using music that's not, like, it's just weird. It's just weird. I don't know if any of you have experienced that. I love the new Facebook layout, even if there are still some issues with it. Yes, Zoom user all the time. So we got lots of Zoom users. So yeah, just be wary of that change that I said. Okay, Tawny, how are you? Awesome to see you on. I'm happy to see you still here. I'm still here, still doing the same thing, Tawny. I hope you're really well. So what I'm going to do is share my screen and show you some basics and how to switch back if you're still resisting. Okay, so bear with me here while I share my screen. Share. Go to Facebook. So you should be seeing, hopefully my iPad will catch up in a second. You should be seeing my classic version of Facebook. Catching up, there we go. Okay, so if you've still got this and Facebook hasn't forced you to the new version yet, you can simply go to the upside down arrow, far right, up the top here, go to this menu here, and it's second to bottom, switch to new Facebook. So this will just take a second. It's going to take me to the new look Facebook. So this is what it looks like if you're still using the classic version. Perhaps you've been forced into this and you're going, oh, I'm freaking out. I don't like this. This is change. I can't get used to this. Then go over here, top right, and then come back here and go switch to classic Facebook. This is what it's going to ask you. Are you switching back because of missing features? At the moment, no. Are you switching back? Okay, why are you switching back? And I'm not familiar with it. Yeah, you can just say something like that, submit, and then I'm going back to the classic version. Okay, so that's how you switch back between the two. So I'm going to go back to the new version. So you're going to be able to do that up until September, guys. And then this bit that says switch to new, switch back to classic version, that'll be gone. So you're all going to have to, get familiar with the new look on, this is obviously just my news feed, your personal profile, your business pages, and your groups. They're all going to look different. So it is a big change on how we're seeing things. My initial one yesterday, when I didn't have time to deal with it, was how do I get to my business page quickly from the new version? Because normally I could drop down and find it here, but it's not there. So all you need to do is go over to the left here where it says pages. And if I click on there, all my business pages appear and then I can get to that way. Okay, so you're going to see things different down the side. You're going to see different things at the top. So we've got home, we've got marketplace, where you can get to your groups quickly up here, and look at the emphasis on gaming, guys. Gaming is right up the top there. So the emphasis on gaming on Facebook, it's a growing market for Facebook. So they're putting that straight in front of your face. If I want to go to my personal profile, I'm just going to click on my name at the top here, Helen, and it's going to take me to my personal profile. So what I want to alert you to here, guys, play around, is that you will see in this new version on your personal profile that the circle is in the middle now. So depending on what you've got in your banner, you may need to edit your cover photo. So you might have wording behind here. I'm lucky. It sits right in the middle and it doesn't interfere with my wording that's on my personal profile. But your profile picture being in the middle may mean, depending on what your banner is on your personal profile, you may need to edit your cover photo and reposition it. So you just reposition it, move it around, and then you can save it. So that's one thing you're going to check on. The others I haven't dealt with yet. My business page doesn't look too good, but my groups, my banner and my groups. I'll show you that in a minute because I want to show you something with groups. It's all over the place. So I'm going to have to create something different. So the sizing of what you put in your banners has shifted as well, more so with groups. So switch, if you're still on the classic version, switch to the new version, how I just showed you, and go and have a look at how your pages look, how your banners look, and whether you need to go and create a new size banner because the sizes are slightly different. But one of the biggest changes on our personal profile is that picture, your profile picture now sits straight in the middle, so it may interfere with your banner. Just go and check that out. Obviously, all our options are now sitting in the top here. Timeline, about, friends, photos, archive, more. If you go to more, we've got videos, check-in, sports, music, TV shows, books, all the rest of it. So it obviously looks a little bit different. You can edit your profile from up the top. You can search for things. We've got, settings on the side here as well. So things are in different places. It's a brand new format. So just go and play around with things. And we've got the intro on the side. The one bit I do like about it is that they have highlighted whatever we've put in our little intro, our little bio that it normally appears on the side on a computer. It's front and center here. So I've got social media coach for home-based business owners, and that's right there underneath my profile. So I quite like that. But make sure this is all filled out as it should be with the sort of the same classic version. And there's something else I want to show you with personal profiles. So I just post as I would normally post, what's on my mind here. But have a look here. We've got posts, got filters, manage posts, but we've got this grid view. So we've got our classic view, which I just scroll and I can see all my posts and all my comments as normal. But I can change to grid view, and I'm wondering if this is a sign of the future. So see how it says list view? That's the current view that you're seeing. I'm going to change to grid view. And when I change to grid view, have a look what happens at how visually I'm seeing all my posts. This is only for you. So I can see in August, the posts that I've put in August, I can go month by month. So maybe if you're looking for one of your older posts, you could change it to, grid view, and you'll see month by month. It's just taken a little bit to load here. So it's quite a different format visually. So play around with these kind of things. And if you don't like that, you can easily change it back to list view. Okay? So that'll take you back to just a normal news feed looking with all the comments, So this is personal profile. Okay, guys? Now, I want to share with you just a couple of things with business page and groups. So if I go back to home, I go back to pages. I'm going to pick up my public page there, or I could have just clicked on my clickable link on my personal profile. I could have done it that way as well. So this is my business page. You can see ever so slightly, there's now a banner on the side because I've got a video banner. Not a big deal, not enough for me to go and change and redo my video banner. But you can see that things look very different. We've got, some insights on the left here. We've still got our news feed, obviously, but things are on the opposite side. It's going to take a while, to get used to. But what I want to alert you to with this is those of you that have got a business page, you would know one of the features that we use on a business page is the story, which appears on the right-hand side when you're looking at a business page. So if I go back to classic version for a minute, looking at my business page, I'm just going to skip that. Oh, hang on, that didn't work. Oh, it's just taking some time. Come on, catch up. So this is my business page on the classic version. And you can see this story. Do you guys know what I mean by the story? It's got a picture of me and my boys, and it's got my story. And people can open that up and read a little bit more about me and my history and whatever, okay? So that story, you will notice when we go to hang on, switch to new Facebook. That's the one I'm going to. And we were talking about this yesterday in my branding course because we weren't quite sure. But guys, it does disappear with the new version. It's not part of the new version. So if you've taken the time and effort to write a story in your story section of your business page, I would recommend that you copy it and paste it, store it in your computer so you can use that as a story-based written post every now and again on your page, because you're going to lose it. So if you haven't saved that anywhere else and you've actually written in there, in that story section, and it's not on your computer anywhere else, do yourself a favor, go and copy your own story and save it on your computer so you can repurpose elsewhere on your business page with the new version, because they've just removed it. Okay, so it's also a good idea to go and view your page as a visitor. So see this one next to the blue button, promote. Go and have a look at your page in the new version as a visitor and see what it looks like for somebody looking externally, because you get the back end version. If you've got a business page, this is what somebody sees, when they're looking as, a visitor. You can see I'm live at the moment on my page. Okay. Guys, if you think this is going to be helpful to people in your teams, other people that you work with, please pass this video along, tag your friends, because this is just the basics, but the basics might just help somebody who's not looked at it before, know how to toggle between new version and old version. This would be a really good video for you guys to share out, to be helpful to other people just on Facebook generally, not even in our industry, just Facebook generally. So you can see up the top there, it says exit view as. So I'm going to close my visitor view and I'm coming back to my view. And you're going to see things look a little bit different. What we had on the side is now up the top. The reviews is at the top. If I click on the videos tab, this was all on the side before when you're looking from a computer. So that's obviously I'm live at the moment. And then it's going to showcase my most popular one. Oh, great. Last week when I was running late and I've still got sunglasses on my head. Okay. But it's going to show all my videos there. Now, normally people would click on the side on a computer to get that. We've got photos and more. So all the tabs that were on the side are now in the more button. So things look very differently. So go and have a look, play around, but most importantly, go and copy your stories. You'll see on the left-hand side of my screen here, everything that was up the top is now on the left. So, Creator Studio, notifications, insights, publishing tools, it was all at the top on the classic version. It's now all on the side. So you're just going to have to, have a look around, navigate it. But I would encourage you to go and have a look at this before you're forced into this. So if you're still on the classic version, go and do what I showed you at the beginning of the video, switch to this version, go and have a play around, okay, while you've got the time. Because what happened to me yesterday, I was forced and I'm like, oh my gosh, am I stuck with that? Oh no, I can still switch back because I was really busy and I didn't have the time for it. So while you've got a little bit of time between now and September, would be a good idea for you guys to play around. Okay, I've got 8 minutes before I need to get on a Zoom with my team. So the other one I want to show you is I'm going to go back to home because I want to show you something with groups. And I want to go to, I'll just put it in the search, social media, my free group, where some of you may be watching from right now, okay? Because I broadcast into different places, my business page and my group. So I'm going to click on there. So this is also going to look obviously very different. This was what was most glitchy with the new version. So if you run a group or you're in a group, obviously it's going to look different when you go to groups, even if you don't run your own group. But you'll notice that everything's up the top here, about discussion, the unit section, announcements, rooms, the members, all those kind of things. Click the more button. We've got media, files, group insights are now at the top, not on the side. So everything seems to be still there, but they're up, on this one, they're up the top, not on the side. It's the other way around on a business page. So you're just going to have to get used to that. But what I want to highlight to those of you in groups, this is really important to me in my groups because Facebook is glitchy. Sometimes I can do things in my group as my personal profile, and sometimes I need to do things in my group as my business page. So those of you with the group would know this, that it was very easy it would tell you on the sort of top left What do you want who do you want to interact as? Do you want to interact as your business page, or do you want to interact as you as your personal profile? And you would just click them. So if I couldn't do something on as my business page, I'd just cross to personal profile, and then I could edit. Sometimes we get locked out of editing, so I just switch between the two, and usually whatever I'm trying to do works if I switch to the other one. Now, I looked at this and I looked at this and I looked at this and I was like, where's the switch? I want to switch. It's this little picture here. Can you see that, guys? It says interacting as your profile. If I go to that profile picture of myself and I pull down that arrow, here's how I can do that now in a group. So how do I interact in my group? Do I want my personal profile as my business page? Now, the downfall here is that it would actually say underneath in the classic version, personal profile or page. Now, I don't necessarily think this is a good idea. I've got the same exactly the same profile picture. So I need to work out which one is which here, because it doesn't tell me, which it used to tell me, okay, which one is which. But this is saying now, if I hovered over it, so it tells me now that I'm interacting as my profile. So I can tell because it's ticked, that's my profile sitting at the top. So this would be me interacting as my business page. So that's where you do it, guys. I've just maybe saved you quite a bit of confusion because I was like, where's that little toggle gone? So you'll see over here, we've got admin tools over on the left-hand side, pending posts, those kind of things, activity log. You can still invite people right from the top, but you're going to have a little play around here as well because things are very different. But this little area here is where you can interact between, personal profile and business page, which can help you, as I said before, if you have glitchy things with groups, generally changing between the two will solve the problem, okay? So they're the main things that I just wanted to do something really basic for you today to share with you some of the things to look out for, how to go back and forth between the two and get used to it. But do it now before it's forced on you if you're not used to it sort of yet. So I hope what I've shared with you today just gives you a little bit of understanding for those of you that are freaking out, those of you that have still got the classic version that's like, oh my gosh, this looks completely different. Now you know how to find it, toggle back between the two and have a little play around. So guys, was that helpful to you? As we get so Rick's got the new version. He can't post his amazing story on his new page, but that's what I'm saying. Just if you've got it copied somewhere else, you can just repurpose it somewhere else on the page as a written post or something like that. So Sean's feedback, the dimensions of banners, profile pictures have changed on the new version of Facebook. Yeah, exactly. So thanks for that. Helen Martin, I love the fact that you have closed captions. How do I do that? Or tell me which file to look at. So that's automatic with Facebook. So if you're seeing captions on my video right now, that's actually triggered by Facebook. I haven't turned anything on. So that's something that's automatic actually with Facebook when you go live. Okay, and you can actually turn it off with your settings. So it's something that it's a new change with Facebook, and it's very helpful, to a lot of people. So who's giving me the angry face? Oh, that's all reactions. Oh, yeah. So I don't. Is that a slip of the tongue or a slip of the tongue, a slip of the finger, should I say? Interesting, Laurie. I'm still on the old version with the no option for new. So you can't see that little what I showed you before saying move to the new. If not, at least you've got what I've showed you. So if one day you wake up and you can't, you can't change back and you're just stuck with it, at least hopefully this video will help you with some basics, okay? But just get ready for it. It's coming. It's just reality. I know a lot of people are not happy about it, but it is what is. Okay. So I hope that was helpful to you guys. Let me know if that was helpful in the comments. Very helpful, very helpful. Okay, there's nothing there. Okay, Laurie, well, you're just going to have to wait for the shock. But at least you got a little bit of info through this video. So I've got 1 minute before I need to host a Zoom. So I better go, guys. I hope that was useful for you. please pass this video on to those of you that are knowing exactly the same situation as you and maybe freaking out a little bit. It might just be helpful to other people as well. So it's the weekend. Have fun. Make sure you make time for yourself, and I'll see you guys next week for more free training here on this page. So thanks for watching. I'll catch you next week. Bye.